Let's talk and change the conversation towards Arsenal, though, because they are absolutely the team I think we have to target. They are top of the fixture ticker. They've got loads of great options in FPL. I think we're going to see in 5-6 weeks them top of the Premier League. I think they've got the fixtures to do it, and I think the momentum off the back of that Newcastle game. So, Matisse, when we look at the fixtures here, this is filtered by difficulty, attacking difficulty, all the way through to game week 12. They're top of the ticker by some distance, but West Ham, Fulham, Palace are 3 London derbies.
Yeah.
And then Burnley and Sunderland before Tottenham. Like, what a run of 5 games that is. You want to be on the right Arsenal players in FPL, because if they're going to score big and have a high ceiling in those 5 games, you want probably double attack versus double offence, right?
Yeah, that's I've got Gyokeres, I've got Eze, and then obviously Raya in goal. It doesn't matter really what part of the pitch you pick. You should be eating very well. Defensively, they should be keeping clean sheets. Going forward, they should be scoring goals. He obviously loosened the handbrake against Newcastle and kind of played Eze in the 10. He made a lot of jokes about that in his pressers. If he starts to play Eze more as a 10 and more as a attacking midfielder, as an 8, etc., and gets that extra attacker on that pitch, Arsenal could look a bit more fluid. They could look a lot more exciting to watch. They were very good in that first half, had a lot of chances. Eze probably should have scored a couple goals. Gyokeres had a header. So if that's the direction he's going in, obviously Saka's back now. Wanyeri obviously could come on. There's just so many options. I'm expecting Arsenal to really be minimum picking up 10 out of the next 12. Even
they could win all.
They could win all of them.
Looking at those fixtures, they could easily win. Not easily, but they could very well win all of them.
From those 5 before Spurs, there's 3 clean sheets there at least, isn't there? 3 clean sheets. Maybe
West Ham,
Burnley, one of
Burnley and Sunderland, surely.
The next 5, you're looking at minimum 13 points.
Yeah, and you should be looking at an average of 2-3 goals a game. Like, there's no reason why you can't average over 2 goals a game.
Crystal Palace at home is the one I look at and think, okay, maybe they're the really informed team that could be difficult. But
they're the one that I think could stop Arsenal from scoring. But I'm still not convinced that they could hurt Arsenal going the other way. Because the way they hurt Liverpool was on the set pieces.
Yeah.
Arsenal won't have that problem, I don't think. So unless it's on the counter-attack with like a Sarr and Mateta linking up, I'm not sure if Palace... I'm not saying they can't score, but I'm saying I wouldn't be overly worried about them scoring. But on the other, going the other way, they could very well keep Arsenal out and keep a clean sheet at the Emirates.
What Arsenal need going into some of these games, I think, is a fit and firing striker who's bagging goals. And at the moment, you could argue that's the only thing they don't necessarily have. But Gyokeres, who played 90 against Olympiacos, he's been praised for his work rate, his off-the-ball stuff by Arteta, who said he was excellent against Olympiacos. But surely he's going to think, and deep down Arteta knows, he needs to start getting on the score sheet. We saw him haul against Leeds, and he scored against Forest. So his 2 big returns this season have been against middling to lower half teams. That's who he plays in the next 5. Like, this is where Gyokeres earns his dough, right?
Yeah. He's struggled, obviously, against big teams. I don't think it's all been his fault, because obviously Arteta's gone with quite flat midfield, so the chance creation has not really necessarily been there. Man City's a great, point in case for that in terms of the first half. But yeah, he's been beating up the little teams, the smaller teams, and I think you're right. I think he's going to smash in a lot of goals in this period, and that's why I've got him in. And I'm considering triple captain him at some point in this run.
Yeah.
I think anyone who doesn't have Haaland and maybe does have Gyokeres will probably be considering that as well. If you've got both, then you're probably looking at it. I don't know which fixture it will be. Maybe one of the newly promoted teams.
It's a shame they're not at home, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not really sure if I want to do it in a away game. I think I'd probably rather go home, but that's the Palace game, and I don't want to go with that and West Ham Nuno. So it's going to be one of these games, but yeah, I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, okay. From Gyokeres, Nick, to Saka, he's now back fit again. He got the rest against Olympiacos, which for FPL I think was a good thing. And then you come on and see him score straight away. Yeah. I was like, if he gets half an hour and looks good against Olympiacos, he's coming into my FPL team. And he did, and I hit the wildcard button after the game and bought Saka straight in. Like, we know on his day he's as good as anyone, pretty much.
Yeah, and the thing is with Saka as well is that when you look at other midfielders in and around that price point, Salah's not doing the business, Palmer's injured, Bruno Fernandes is a bit hit and miss. So Saka is... If he can come good, then he's that one premium-ish midfielder that you could have in your side. I've often said this about Saka, that he doesn't haul. But in the next 5, could he get 3 goals, 3 assists? Definitely. Like, it's not crazy, but it's consistent numbers week in, week out. So, yeah, I am looking at Saka as well. I have actually thought about Saka because, like I said, Bruno Fernandes, I've been sure about him. And we presume he's still on penalties?
Nah, I don't think so. He had the ball, didn't he? He had the ball, and Arsenal always pass it. and he was the one holding the ball when VAR looked at it and didn't give the penalty against Newcastle. I think even Trossard, I think, we saw it on camera, went up to Saka and pointed at Gyokeres, and he was like, yeah, I'm just holding it for him. So I think it's going to be Gyokeres on pens.
I think Eze and Saka are going to end up having similar type influence on this team in terms of, I think Eze gets into the box a lot more than Saka now. I think Saka will probably do a lot more crossing and a lot more creating. And Eze will just be maybe that guy that makes those runs just off the 10 position, just into the box to get the shots off. I wouldn't be surprised that for me, I think Eze is now looking like very good value for money if he's just going to consistently start. The only question is if he is because Odegaard's back, is there going to be rotation? Would he try and play both of them?
Play him on the left? Does he play him on the left and Odegaard
sometimes?
Maybe. But if Eze was playing in the 10, I think Eze would be incredible value for money right now.
I think like all right, against Crystal Palace he might not, but against Burnley, Sunderland, for example, I could very well see Eze on the left, Odegaard in the 10, and Eze can be effective if you've got possession against a low block. When he can drift into those central left positions, that's where he obviously like done what he done at Palace, wasn't it? In that left 10 for Glasner. So he could definitely do a job there.
It's interesting though, because when you're playing against the high lines of, say, an Aston Villa or a Spurs last season, or Man City, you want your Martinelli on your pitch on the left because you want to be running behind. But against a lot of the opponents coming up next, they're going to be so deep. Like Nuno's West Ham will park the bus. Like that's you want Eze and Odegaard on the pitch. I'm really interested in Arsenal, and I think we have to be buying them this week. If you're on wildcard like me, you're going to be tripling up. But let's rank the best attackers then, and then we'll talk defenders. For me, number 1 is Saka.
I agree.
And then I'm going Gyokeres 2, Eze 3. But I think they're all brilliant. And actually, we haven't even discussed someone like a Declan Rice, who at 6.5 has routes to points. That's half the set pieces. He's good. Matisse, would you go Saka or Gyokeres at 1?
Gyokeres.
Yeah,
Gyokeres for me. I just feel like, everything's into him.
Fair.
And he's going to demand that he gets the goals as well. Like that he gets the opportunities. I feel like he's one of those strikers that just make it about me.
He needs it.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that neither of them are the number 1 Arsenal pick overall?
Yeah, let's talk defenders.
Yeah, because I was going to say Gabriel is. I mean, I had him in my team from 2 weeks ago.
9 points that goal got. You got 13 points from Gabriel, but that one header in the last minute.
Exactly.
It was painful for me as a non-owner. 9 points. Because know he's getting bonus.
It's ridiculous.
It done me nice. And he's I mean, like, we know this about him, right? Like, this is no surprise to us that he's a threat. He's a threat in the box. So, with the way Arsenal set up their set pieces, and he is always
the target.
Yeah. He is always, because they know, and it's actually like, it's getting to the realms of, this is like, he's actually starting to become a force in the box now. Like, we're talking about who are some of the best centre backs when it comes to scoring goals. Like
John Terry back in the day got a lot.
That's what I mean. So he is now entering that realm of conversation when it comes to goal scoring centre backs from set pieces. It's actually unreal. Vidic was very good. He was very good. But I mean, like, we all know it's going to Gabriel, and they still can't stop it.
You can't stop it.